Hey guys, what's going on? How's it hanging with you today, this afternoon, evening, good morning, whatever, what's going on, what's up? I'm Kyle, I'm back, and I got a message for you here. Also some gameplay, if you don't mind. Here we got the P90 with the red dot, or laser sight, red laser sight on there, or whatever. And this is pretty quick gameplay, actually, considering for having to capture all the points and all that stuff. But anyways, let's get into the topic here. Hopefully you guys have been paying attention to what's going on here, and you probably have seen this before, but in the description I got a link to a page here, just one page. This is all over the place. This is just one source that I found it on. I don't know, as I pull it up here, I'm trying to actually pull it up right now as we speak. My computer's loading slow. Come on, man. Don't make me have to redo this. Anyways, guys, what it is there's these vehicles that are, like, mysteriously being transported around, like, different places. Like, there's just stuff going around, and okay, you know, what could it be? You know, you gotta see what it is. They're these, like, tank-looking vehicles. They're, like, basically, actually, they look like they belong in Battlefield, to be honest. They look like the, anti-tank trucks. That's kind of what it looks like. And, but this being said, they're being transported around the United States to different areas. They have Homeland Security, some of them have Homeland Security painted on the side, Immigration and Customs on the side, Police Rescue, stuff like that. They have American flags on them, and they're special response team vehicles, supposedly, for the police, is what it says. And these things are massive. These are big, freaking tank-looking things. Supposedly, all the glass and everything is reinforced. They can take up to a 50 caliber bullet, which is a massive, I mean, you guys all play with it, you know how big it is. It's a big old bullet, man. And they have, like, they've got guards over all the windows. I mean, here's the thing. People are saying these could be for many different things. Some people are saying they're for rounding up illegal immigrants. Some people are saying it's for rounding up United States citizens. Some people say they're for rounding up, you know, invading troops from other countries. Some people say it's for all of the above. Some people say they don't exist. But I'm not really sure. And I've actually talked to, or I've not talked to, but I've read things from other people who are actually in military and positions and things like that, law enforcement, and they say that they do exist. They have seen them and used them. And basically, if you do a little bit of research, these things were made to not be taken out. Although if you do look at them, they're going to be heavy vehicles. They're not going to be able to go over terrain that are mountainous terrain, really. They're going to have to be mostly on the streets. They look like they're made for urban warfare or urban roundup, whatever you want to say it is. They are extremely heavily armored, and if they go, I mean, they might even get stuck in the mud. The tires don't look like they're going to be, I mean, unless these are prototypes, they don't look like they're going to last too long. I mean, other people were saying, basically, they've been around them, and the way you got to get rid of them is they get tipped over, and then they are pretty much can't be used, so you need something bigger than them to tip them over. Or you need, there's different types of, I guess, armor-piercing bullets and things that people are talking about. Thermite, if you haven't heard of that. There's so many interesting theories about what these things, or how to stop these things if they were to come after us, things like that. You know, there's depleted uranium rounds, that's what they're called. They're armor-piercing rounds, basically. And, I mean, I don't even know if you can even get a hold of those as a citizen, or especially now in this time, but they're painted in different colors, black, tan. What do you guys think about these? Go visit the link in the description. I'm just kind of describing it here, but go visit the link in the description. Look up some other stuff also. Supposedly, you know, no one knows what they're for yet, but there's loads of them all over the place that are being photographed and shown. And it's interesting because, in my opinion, I don't really know what they'd be used for other than rounding up, looks like, some type of people who are not wanting to be rounded up. Otherwise, you wouldn't need all that armor. If there's people that are not violent or, you know, don't have any kind of weapons to defend themselves, they wouldn't need to have these things with all this armor and this extra glass and stuff like that. And I mean, there's just no need for all that extra. And although the United States is known to go over the top in areas, I don't think they would do that. I think a normal team would be fine. The other thing to think about with this is, does the United States even have the manpower to do so? How many of our military and law enforcement people would even stand to follow those orders to, let's say, if they were to round up United States citizens? You know, there's a lot of people that are saying that that's what they wanted to do. Do they even have the manpower? Honestly, within the United States, I don't think they do. I've done some research on that. I'm not sure if they do. But if they were to bring in NATO troops, which there's plenty of talk about that happening, they would have plenty of power to do so, I believe. Even with all of us you know, the United States has always been known for, you know, everybody has guns and stuff. The thing is, people go crazy here, and you know what? People think they're Rambo until the real situation comes. You know, I haven't been in a situation like that per se, but if you think about it, I mean, you could say talk all you want before it happens, but if you're in that situation, you're going to be panicking, your adrenaline's going to be going, your mind's going to be going a million miles an hour, you're going to be probably shaking from all the adrenaline rush that's coming through you. If something were to go down where you needed to prepare in split seconds, and if you didn't have everything ready to go, you're not thinking clearly. You're not going to be able to go. Remember, even your lock to your combination, if you have stuff stored as safe, you know, your preparations or whatever, you're not going to be able to think straight about this stuff. Especially if you're not trained to do so. I mean, if you're trained as special forces or whatever, military, you're trained to work under stress and things like that and panic. Maybe you'll be able, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to work better than just the average citizen, but I mean, people think that, you know, it's going to be like going into a battlefield round, you know, where you're just ready to go and just, all out, Leroy Jenkins! You know, you're not going to pull that off. You know, you only have one life, and I just really doubt that people, I mean, there's going to be some people that do that, but if something like this were to happen, whoever's trying to cause that is going to count on people being stupid like that. They're going to count on it. They're not dumb. They're not going to be unprepared, and we're really not going to have too much to surprise something like that if it were to happen, whether it be internal or external threats from other countries or within our own country. If something like that is being planned for or is going to go down, it will have been planned for, and it will be well thought through, plenty well thought through. They're not going to just go into it not ready for everything, and even things that they're not thinking of. They're going to be more than prepared, more than you can be prepared as well, because whoever's going to be able to pull that off is going to have plenty of money, plenty more than you, or maybe there is a couple of people that maybe have plenty of money as well, but the average citizen is not going to have money to compete. Now, people say strength in numbers. Yes, this is true, but again, with numbers comes traitors and people who are going to snitch and stuff like that. You got to have people you can trust, so you want a group, but you don't want too large of a group, because what happens if you have too large of a group? You know, people are they're gonna get bribed or whatever, and they're gonna say, oh, you know, okay, you'll get this if you tell us what's, and they're gonna give everybody in, basically. And I mean, it's just basic thinking through. If something like that, that's just how it works, kind of. I mean, this is all my opinion, and this is all just quote unquote, you know, if it were to happen, kind of thing. It's speculation. If something like this were to happen, what I think would come about if that were to go down. And again, this is either domestic or external threats here that would pull this off. Whoever, I don't know, apply it to whatever situation you think might happen. But why would we have these things being transported in the United States if they're not going to be planned on being used in the United States? You know what I'm saying? The United States imports like a huge percentage of their products. So if these were built in the United States, that's why they would be here. If they were not, they've already been imported in here. Why? Why have these been imported, and why have they not been seen to be used in the streets or anything? Why? And are they going to be? I mean, I doubt that they just made them and are going to store them in, like, the Batmobile, you know, in the freaking Batman movies where they had it in storage, those things, and they just gave up on the project. I mean, maybe, but I'm not sure. People say that they see these things every day going down the highway and stuff. And again, if these were to be exported, because, you know, they were made in the United States and they were to be exported, why would we have the American flag painted on them and have police, everything written in English? It doesn't make sense. So the assumed conclusion is that they are to be used within the United States or another. I mean, got to be United States. And against, the question is who. So we don't know who exactly it's going to be used against, but the assumption, like I said, those three different areas there. So tell me in the comments who you think these would be used against if they were to be used, why we would need them, and do a little bit of research on this. Tell me if you can find some more information than what I found. I'm just giving you one site. Maybe I'll give you a few. I know I'm going to give you at least one site where I'm looking at this here, but there's a lot of information on things like this, and these have been rumoring around for probably almost up to years now, where it's not something that's that recent, but it keeps popping up every once in a while, and I figured I'd address it since we're kind of on this whole conspiracy topic here on this channel. I thought it'd be kind of interesting, and I think some of you guys like hearing about this stuff. So I find it interesting, and I just like to kind of make people think clearly, because again, like I said, you're going to have adrenaline, you're going to have fear, you're going to have panic. All these things are going to be running through your mind, and you're not going to be able to think very clearly. If you don't have your stuff set aside for whatever you're going to do, I guess people call it like a bug-out bag or whatever, if you don't have your stuff ready, or if you got stuff locked up, your guns or ammo or whatever, it's going to be 50 times harder to, right now you don't think about it because you're not panicking when you're going to go unlock that stuff. You're like, oh, I can do this in a couple seconds. Yeah, well, multiply that by stress plus trying to figure out what's going on. You're trying to think if there's an immediate threat right there within your home or wherever your stuff is stored. You're trying to figure out, what's going on with that threat. Is it getting closer to you? Or you need to watch your back while you're trying to do this at the same time? Are other people in your household or wherever you're at in immediate danger of whatever the threat is? You know what I'm saying? People don't think about all these things. There's so many variables in a situation like that, and it's extremely hard to think about those beforehand, and making it therefore extremely hard to even replicate beforehand to prepare for something like that. So, I mean, obviously that's what people are trained for within the military, as so I'm told. I would hope so. So those with military training, I mean, let me know if there's any of you here that are watching this. What do you guys think about this stuff? I find it really interesting. Or even if you know any other information or something that won't get you in trouble, I guess, for revealing it, if there's something like that. But anyways, I found it kind of interesting. My personal opinion is it seems like they're for use in the United States for something. I don't know exactly what, and I'm unsure as to why exactly we would need these, unless they're planning on going against some form of someone who's armed, which would therefore bring warfare to our American soil, whether it be, again, foreign or domestic threat, or both. So, something to think about. That's my kind of conclusion based on what I've seen there from the markings and the flags and all that stuff. So let me know what you think. And also they had little gun holes in the sides of those vehicles also, if you want to check that out. Those are some important tips there. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you leave some comments and tell me what you think about this, and I hope I will see you in a bit. Please like it and favorite it and share it and comment and all that stuff. It'd be cool. I appreciate it.